What is up guys? I thought I would do a short video this afternoon. Just as a bit of an update on the whole Sullivan family situation. So, if you've seen my videos yesterday, you all know that you probably would have seen my comments on Instagram. I commented on the Sullivan's post they put out the other day on, I think it was Saturday. And I asked them, it was uploaded yesterday, it was uploaded on Saturday, but I commented yesterday. I commented asking them for an apology for the fact that they had made false accusations against me, using basically saying that they believed that I had sent threats to them. So, obviously, you don't have to be a clown or lack average intelligence to realise that they were speaking about me, or they were referring to myself when they made their comments about, when Sally made her comments about, about them receiving threats, and the fact that she had no doubt it was the same person that sent threats to another family. She claims that particular comment, wasn't referring to me. She's claiming that it was referring to somebody else who had made a comment, or who posted a comment on a post by the Radford family. That's what she's claiming that comment was related to. She's claiming that comment was related to a comment posted by someone on a post by the Radford family. Now, it's funny how she's claiming, 1 minute she's claiming to have absolutely no idea what I was talking about, and then she's claiming that when I mentioned a comment that she'd made, she's claiming that comment wasn't referring to me, it was referring to someone else that had made a comment on a post by the Radfords. But I think anybody with an ounce of common sense, or average intelligence, would know that she was actually making threats towards me in particular, and was actually that's what she was actually doing. She was actually making threats towards me in particular. You didn't have to, not making threats, but she was referring to me. Like, people knew that. Like, this is the thing, like, people know that she was referring to me. You don't have to be an clown to that. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to be a dumbass to work out that she was actually referring to me. And that, I think anybody would know that she was referring to me. I think anybody would realise that, because that's what she was doing. She was referring to myself, and I think anybody with an ounce of common sense probably would be able to see that, in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's just a real, a frustrating situation, because it's like, it's like, what kind of proof do they have that links me in any way to these threats? They don't have proof of that, do they? If you know what I mean. It's like, I'm not trying to cause a World War III here, but I'm just saying that the fact it wasn't really okay for them to be making threats, for them to claim that I posted those comments, when they didn't actually have any proof of that. And this is the thing, like, they claimed they have proof of that, but what proof do they have of that? What proof do they have that actually connects me to these threats? They don't have any proof of that whatsoever. It's just, it makes me laugh that they won't apologise, but what else would you expect? I had said I did say in yesterday's videos that if they apologised to me, I wouldn't pursue further action against them. And I stand by that. If they apologise to me for making false claims against me, I will not pursue further action. But at the moment, they're not really leaving me with much, with much choice, or much, they're not really leaving me with any say in the matter, with much say in the matter, like they're not really leaving me with much choice in the matter because they're not, they're not apologising. So therefore, I will take further action against them, as as I have decided to do so. I've decided I will go ahead and do that. My mind is made up on that. The fact they haven't even had the decency to apologise to me, shows what sort of people that Ben and Zoe really are, And there was me, I've been sticking up for them for a long time. I've been showing my support to them, giving them positive comments. And I realise now that I made a big mistake, ever giving them respect. I should never have done that. I should never have been respecting them because they don't deserve that, and I think it's clear to see that, they've shown that they don't deserve any respect, and I think anybody with an ounce of common sense would say that. Like, I don't know what else to say really, because I don't know what else I'm supposed to say, other than it just disgusts me that they can make false claims against someone, and then don't even have the decency to apologise for that. That's what any normal person would do, or any decent person would do, is they would apologise to someone for making false claims against them. But they've not even had the decency to do that. And then you've got Zoe claiming that she was referring to someone else, she wasn't referring to me in any particular way. Does she really expect me to, does she really think I'm stupid? Does she really think that I believe that? That I believe it? Does she really expect me to believe that she wasn't referring to me in any particular way? Does she really expect me to think that she wasn't referring to, that she wasn't doing that she wasn't referring to me? Because I think people will find that she actually was referring to me. I think people will find that she was, that she was 100% referring to me and referring to the threats that I had made towards Chris and Sarah Rinham in particular. Her claim, her comment, it had nothing to do with anyone posting comments on the Radfords channel. Like, as far as I'm aware of, the Radfords don't really post about don't really talk about negative comments or anything, so how would she know that? Like, how would, it's just, it just doesn't make sense how she's claiming to know nothing about it, not have a single clue what I'm talking about, and then suddenly, she's saying, well, my comments weren't referring to you, they were referring to someone else. Like, no, anybody with an ounce of common sense wouldn't believe that. I think people knew straight away that who they were referring to. People are not stupid. This is the thing, Ben and Zoe might think that people are stupid, and they might treat people like that. But people are not stupid, people are not dumb. People knew exactly who they were referring to. It didn't take a genius to work that out. It didn't take a genius to work out who they were referring to and what they were referring, what threats they were referring to. People knew exactly who they were referring to and what threats they were referring to. It doesn't take a moron to work that out. You'd have to be a moron to believe that what Zoe was saying was true. I think I've really come to that realisation that family vloggers will always lie about stuff. Like, they will always lie about anything. Like, they'll never actually admit to anything. They'll always try to lie and wiggle their way out of it, as a lot of them do. This is what Ben and Zoe are trying to do here. They're trying to worm their way out of this situation. They're trying to claim innocence and trying to claim they've done nothing wrong. That's what it feels like they're doing here. as it feels like Ben and Zoe are trying to claim that they've done nothing wrong. You know, it's like they're saying, well, why should we have to apologise if we've not done anything wrong? You know, that's what it feels like. You know, one of the comments that she said to me, that she said when she responded to me yesterday, she was like, "Oh, is your name?" She claimed that she was referring to someone, but go by the name of Evan or something like that. She said, "Oh, is your name Evan? Then, if it's not, then I wasn't actually referring to you." You know, she was saying, "If your name's not Evan, then I wasn't referring to you." That's basically what one of her comments was. You know, I just wish that they would admit that they were in the wrong. I just wish that they would stop, that they would actually apologise, but obviously I'm not going to hold my breath on that, because the truth of these family vloggers is they don't apologise for anything. You know, none of them are ever actually willing to do that, even though it would be the right thing for them to do. You know, in this sort of situation, would be to actually apologise for having made false accusations against myself. You know, without any actual proof to back up their claims that I was the one that sent these threats. You know, I would understand, you know, if they actually had proof that, you know, to back up their claims that I was the one sending them threats. You know, but they don't have proof of that, and this is what makes the situation, you know, so much worse. Is they've made these claims against me without any actual proof to back them up on that. You know, they have no proof whatsoever of, that I've sent them threats. But then, I guess people, you know, there are some people that will say, well, how can I prove that, how can I prove that they were actually referring to me? You know, how do I know that for sure? You know, at the end of the day, I'm not stupid. I know exactly who they were referring to. As I said before, it does not take a genius to work that out. It does not take a genius to work out the fact that they were referring to me. And they were referring to the threats that I had sent the Unips. You know, anyone would know they were referring to me. I think everyone knew that. Or everyone with an ounce of common sense knew that anyway. You know, I just, you know, this situation has really opened up my eyes a little bit here. You know, it's really kind of allowed me to kind of come to that realisation. But never again will you ever see me posting a positive comment or showing any respect to any family vlogging channels. You know, I've learnt my lesson about showing showing respect to the family vloggers, to family vloggers or whatnot. I've shown the trouble that can lead to. I've seen the trouble that I've realised the trouble that can lead to. You know, I've realised just how much, just how badly a family can use you and lie to, just how much people can use you and lie to you and manipulate you. You know, and the Sullivans are a prime example of that. You know, I will never ever forgive them for the way they've lied to me, used me, manipulated me. You know, and I hope they're pleased with themselves. I hope they realise that, you know, they've dug themselves into a deep hole and they've created a lot of problems for themselves. You know, it's just, I don't know what else to say. The fact that, it makes me laugh how she's claiming that she had no idea what I was talking about, and then she's saying, well, my comments weren't actually referring to you, they were referring to someone else. Does she think people were born yesterday? Does she really expect people to believe that her comments were referring to someone else? I don't think anybody with an ounce of common sense would believe that. Simple as that. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say on this. It really... It's just crazy, to be honest. She's so flipping mad. She's so mad if she expects people to believe that they weren't referring to me. Because I think we all know they were referring to me. And it doesn't take a genius to work that out. Simple as that. I think anybody would see that they were actually referring to me. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for another one soon. Adios. Bye bye.